I can't see you. What happened to your camera?
I'm trying to figure out how to turn it on.
You were just on.
Okay, there it goes.
There it
That's
is. We tell your manager we got this in the back. Tell the manager we good.
it.
All right, thank you everybody for joining the dumping ground on this Tuesday. We're super excited to have everyone on the show. We want to always start off by saying thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this amazing adventure that we're on. We cannot do this ride without you. We're super excited for you to like, subscribe, follow all these amazing things that we say on these YouTube streets. So, again, thank you so much for joining us today. We're super excited because this year we're talking about leaving an impact, that you were born for more than for to leave a legacy and an impact. Dr. Miles Monroe basically saying that God put an assignment, a purpose on our lives, and that we need to make sure that we are every day that we're reaching and striving for that assignment and purpose. So of course, I had to have my most one of my favorite person in the entire world on the show to come on to talk about his testimony. Also talk about the amazing things that he's doing. Like he's like truly a grinder, like that song from what is his name? Nipsey Hussle. All my life, I'm grinding all my life. That's sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Every time I think about that song, this person actually embodies that song, like because he's always trying to find the way of not, want to be better, want to be a better version of himself. And it's really inspiring to see him, and being a young person, always want to grow from glory to glory and build himself up. So it's pretty inspiring to have him on the show to kind of tell us a little bit about his journey, how he got there, how he's continued to move through this process of life, been through some ups and downs, and how he copes with these ups and downs. So I'm pretty excited to have my nephew, aka Son, I guess what we is call it, on the dumping ground. Thank you so much, Jeremiah, for being on our show. We appreciate you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. Like I said, you're out here grinding, you are doing the thing. And we first want to start off to say we're so proud of you. We're so proud of your growth. We're so proud of your development. You've been down here in Georgia for a while, and you hit the ground running. And man, we just want to give you your flowers while you live, brother. So thank you again for joining the Dumping Ground platform today. I don't have that sound effect, but I'm gonna get that.
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you for having this platform. Just for people to share their testimony, show people that you can come out on top. As long as you keep going and keep God first. So I
Yes.
salute you.
Thank
Just keep doing
you.
what God called you to do, and
Thank
just
you.
thank you for having me on. I'm just grateful to be
Man,
here.
man, listen. This has been a journey, and I know with us, and I've been walking beside you in this journey that you've built up, right? I mean, like you're always in the building mode, and I know you're starting to see some of the fruit from in that building mode, because I know you just started training kids, and you have your own training business, you have a football, I mean, you have so many factors that you're like got your hands in. You have such an entrepreneurial spirit. Like, entrepreneur is not for the weak, bruh. You know what I'm saying? That
Not for
spirit is not for the weak. Everybody don't have that grind. Everybody don't have that grit. Everybody don't even have the assignment to be an entrepreneur. Where did you get that from? Like, how do you get that entrepreneurial grit? Where do you get that from?
You know what I learned at a young age, watching my dad grow up. He was always an entrepreneur his whole life. He also kept a job, as well, but he was an entrepreneur working on cars. My dad also owned his own food trailer, so he had so many things that he was great at, and it was able to help him when times of need came. And
Yeah.
that's just one thing that I always learned from that was, have make sure you know how to do more than one thing. Make sure that you're not just one track minded, but at the same time you don't want to be too spread out everywhere. But at the same time you want to make sure that you're operating in God's plan. As long as you're operating in God's plan, everything else gonna work itself out.
So listen, football career, like you are you congratulations on your come up on the defensive coordinator for the A grade. Like,
Yes, I'm excited.
congratulations. So that has to be such a cool thing to be able to a sport that you eat, sleep, breathe. Now you're able to teach kids the fundamental so they don't hurt themselves, right? And you get to get the fruit of out of that teaching them strategies. How did that come about? Like, how did you even become? How did you even start off in football? Like all the sports in the world, and like now we have FIFA, we have soccer, the football,
Mhm.
according to the world, right? And but how did you get into becoming football is your thing? Like what started that trial?
You know what? Football has always been a part of my life, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
My mom started me out really young. My mom and dad, I was playing football at the age of 5, 6 years old.
What?
I fell in love with it immediately. I loved it. I was always good at it. I was able to win championships as growing up, being in the youth programs, being playing on the at Columbus in Columbus for their football program for the youth.
Mm-hmm.
It was just amazing experience growing up. How supportive my mom was. Having my sister be my cheerleader because we
Yes,
just 1 year
yes,
apart, so we was
yes.
always connected in that way. So just to be able to do those things, and I'm just grateful for my parents being able to have me play in the youth leagues and be able to learn at a young age. And I was able to experience championships. Was able to experience being an MVP 9 years old. So like that impacted me at such a young age. Now I love basketball too. It was one point in
Mm-hmm.
time in my life I was fighting between basketball and football, and I was like, you know what, I want to do both.
Okay.
But I was blessed enough to receive a full scholarship at a Division I school to play football. So I still love basketball. I still play basketball almost every day, but I had to go where the money or the
Absolutely.
scholarship was. You already
Absolutely.
understand.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I fell in love with it, and football has always treated me well. And before I even became a coach, I was always naturally a coach. I was always naturally a helper, or
Mm-hmm.
what some people will call a leader. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't really have to walk around and say I'm a leader. Like
Right. Right.
I naturally was always trying to make sure the person beside me, or the person behind me, or the person in front of me, it don't matter
Mhm.
whichever scenario that I can make up. I always wanted to make sure that they was getting 1% better or getting better every day, because I was never a hater. I
Yes.
always wanted to see everybody win. We all here, we all getting scholarships, we all on scholarships, they all taking care of us, we living good, so why not make the best out of the experience? So I always been a coach. So once I transitioned more into the being a PE coach, being working in the school system, and now coaching basketball and football and all these other sports, and now transitioning it all the way to now I'm training every sport, is like I'm happy. Like I could
Yes.
do it for free. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes I look and it been 2 hours. I'm like, man, 2 hours just flew by. Like I've been out here 10 minutes, but I'm happy with
Yeah.
what I'm doing. I'm happy with
Right.
my life. I'm
That's
happy with
good.
what I wake up every day and do. That was one of the number one thing my dad always told me was, son, you better do things that make you happy, and
Yeah.
you better make the steps to make sure that you're pursuing what makes you happy instead of
Yeah.
just thinking about a paycheck while you're young.
Yeah.
You don't want to make mistakes and not be able to do what make you happy. You have to settle and
Yeah.
have to work a job that you really wake up and hate every day. So I'm
Yeah.
just, blessed, and I give it all the glory to God, because right now, if you'd asked me 5 years ago when I was playing football or when I was at the Legacy Bowl or whatever the case may be, coach, if you said, Coach Caine, one day you're gonna be a coach, one day you're gonna be an instructor, a PE teacher, a health teacher, a personal trainer, I probably would have been second guessing, because I'm
Wow.
like, nah, no, that ain't me. that ain't me. But over time, I started to realize it been me the whole time. Once I look back,
Yeah.
and I'm like, man, that been me the whole time. I always been the guy that the coaches call on
Yeah.
when they need to bring the team together. They need to talk to the team. Like I always been that leader or
Mm-hmm.
been in a leadership role,
Yeah.
so I understand the responsibility, and I also understand that it takes a team. I can
Yeah.
come out here and do it all, or you come out here and do it all, but if we all don't work together and be disciplined together and build consistency together, and none of this really will ever matter. So it was just building that, camaraderie,
Yeah.
transition to my whole life now. Like I'm witnessing myself
So
doing that in
easy.
football, and now I'm witnessing it transition into my whole life because now I have my training business have taken off tremendously. Like I'm
Yes.
blessed. I didn't even think that it was gonna take off as fast, but it has, and I'm grateful because I got a bunch of high schoolers and middle schoolers and elementary uh, athletes that's very bought in. Their parents are fortunate enough to be able to afford personal training. They are taking the steps needed so that one day their kids can be able to pursue their dreams. And not only as I'm a coach, I'm also a mentor. I'm
Yeah.
also someone. I got one of my athletes. He called me at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning every day just to talk. Coach, you up? Coach, you doing this? Coach, what you doing? Like, so it's also we building a friendship as
Yeah.
well, but also
Yeah.
I can be. It's so many titles that I can just
Right.
name, and
Right.
it give you purpose in life. Now you start to
Absolutely.
understand. Okay, I see what God put
Call
me on
me
this
to
earth
do.
to
Yeah.
do. Like to mentor the youth,
Yeah.
not allow them to make the same mistakes, and
Yeah.
also let them know that they will make mistakes.
Absolutely.
Don't let those mistakes define you, or don't make yourself feel like that what you did wasn't wrong and you don't
Absolutely.
learn from your mistakes.
Right.
Those are
Right.
just like football. Life is just like football. I don't know nobody that has a perfect game.
Yep.
No
Yeah.
matter if we won or not
Mm-hmm.
nobody on this field has a perfect game.
Yeah.
So if you understand that you can still win a football game and make mistakes, all you gotta do is keep going, learn from what you did, and not do it again. And you transition that same mindset to life. I'm talking about in every phase of life, like even in this phase of life that I'm in with mourning my dad.
Yeah.
I have to
Yeah.
take those same principles that I
Yeah.
learned
Yeah.
with this sport or playing any sports, because all sports really teach you this. It's all about principles and
Yeah.
consistency and
Yeah.
discipline. But if I use those same, what I'm trying to say, I use that same mindset and put
Mm-hmm.
that into anything else, whether that's into Caine's training system,
Right.
whether that's into me being a PE coach, a health
Right.
teacher, a trainer, owning my own food trailer, whatever the case may be. If I take that same mindset, you will always, at the end of the day, win. And that's what I'm trying to teach my younger guys because this generation, they are they're different. Let's
Yeah.
just say that they're
Very
different. They're
different.
different. They're a
Yeah.
different generation,
Yeah.
and the things that we used to experience at the age of 18, 20,
Mm-hmm.
25, they're experiencing 10 years earlier now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everything is sped up for them. So
Right.
they psychologically be the most part that's messed up with them. They
Absolutely.
mentally
Mm-hmm.
don't believe that they can do it. They mentally don't believe that they're going to be great. And some of them mentally don't even believe that they're going to make it past 18. Me
Wow.
being up here in Atlanta, where it's, you look at the statistics,
Yeah.
they're scare you,
Yeah.
so just to be able to be a part of their lives, and most of them don't have father figures, some of them
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to be able to just, not try to be their father, but also just
Mm-hmm.
try to be that big brother that can
Yeah.
guide you along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because I tell them, look, I'm not trying to be a dad.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now I'll be there for you
Mm-hmm.
anytime you need me. But
Right.
look at me more like a big brother
Yeah.
that's trying to get you to what I have already have done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I done been to all the levels,
Yep.
played on every level,
Yep.
have excelled in almost everything I
Yep.
ever did in life. Have I
Yep.
came short? Yes.
We
But
all
is
have.
anything that I have put my mind to that I
Yep.
have learned, I have I have excelled. Whether
Yep.
that's the food trailer,
Yep.
whether that's Cane's chicken and not Cane's chicken, Cane training system,
Mm-hmm.
me working in the school system, like whatever I put my mind to, I'm
Yep.
showing them that no matter your circumstance, because I didn't come from
Right.
you know, being
Wealthiness.
wealthy. You know,
Yep.
we think we was okay.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, we was okay. God blessed us, and God
Right.
allowed us to still have a great life. I grew up with
Absolutely.
my mom and dad in the house, so now
Right.
I'm realizing that's more than having a mansion
Absolutely.
with maids and people
Absolutely.
driving you around. I'd rather have my mom and dad in the house with me. You
Absolutely.
know, other than now that I'm seeing and hearing other people's story, it start making me be more grateful.
Appreciative. Yeah.
Yes, it make you
Yep.
be grateful for what God has allowed you to go through, but what
Mhm.
He has also brought you from.
Yeah.
You know, and just to continue to grow, just having a growth mindset. Like I tell
Yeah.
them, hey, we might do the same drills and then we switch it up, and then or we might do the same drills and we add things to it to make the drills that we were just doing a
Yeah.
little bit more different,
Yeah.
more difficult, as
Yeah.
I can say. So if you have that same mindset of just to get better,
Yeah.
get 1% better, keep
Yeah.
going, don't quit. No
Yeah.
matter what you're doing, like I tell them,
Yeah.
y'all can go be a doctor.
Yeah.
My sister's a doctor.
Yeah.
I'm actually in school to try to
Yep.
now get my doctorate. So
Absolutely.
whatever you want to be,
Yeah.
you can do it.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell you what you can and can't do.
Absolutely.
Only you can do that. So I
Absolutely.
just try to put that into them and make sure they understand the importance of believing in yourself, having faith in God, but
Yeah.
putting in the work. Faith
Got
without works is dead. I make sure I tell them that all the time. You can
absolutely.
sit here and get on your knees every night. If you're not putting in the work, then guess what? You're
It's
not learning your lesson. You're
right.
not being able to go through it. You're not getting experience. You have to start working towards your goals and your dreams if you
Absolutely.
want those dreams and goals to be able to come true. So
Absolutely.
that's all I really um I now look at myself more like a mentor. I was a coach, but now I'm seeing that's just a small percentage of that.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
rest of the percentages is so many different roles that I have to
Yeah.
play. You know,
Absolutely.
and I accept it. I love that because, like I was just saying, if I'm able to help somebody get better, or
Right.
help someone not make the same mistakes that I made, or help someone not take the same route that I was thinking was a good route. Like
Right.
when I was growing up, the only people we seen successful in Mississippi because we didn't have
Yeah.
NFL teams,
Right.
NBS
Right. Right.
teams. We didn't have all this. Like in
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, you get to see
Yep.
these for go to NFL. I've been among,
Yes.
it's a
Yes.
lot more. In Mississippi,
Absolutely.
all you got the most successful people is drug dealers
Absolutely.
or doctors or lawyers. So you better
Absolutely.
choose which one. You gonna go to
Yep.
school
Which
or
are
you gonna go to the
you about to
streets.
trap?
It's either one. So for them to be like exposed to that, I'm like, man, I see what all the pressure come in at. I see
Mm-hmm.
why y'all have these thoughts in y'all head that I never at the age can't even believe to this day. I was telling some of my coworkers, I couldn't even remember people around me talking about suicide
Yeah.
when I was in middle school and high school.
Yeah.
I done never.
Yeah.
That's common now.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
common for
Yeah.
kids now to
Yeah.
contemplate taking their life at the
Yes.
age of 13, 14.
Yeah. Yep.
That blows my mind. Like it really
Yes.
touches me because I went my whole childhood and I never heard nobody say nothing like that. Actually,
Yeah.
if I heard somebody say something like that, I think something like, what? It'll be awkward. Now that's
Yeah.
not awkward. It's
Yeah.
normal. It has
Yeah.
become so normalized.
Yeah.
But now you understand the pressures
Yeah.
that some of these kids are facing. You start to
Absolutely.
understand more, and you just want to be a guide to them on how to operate life because I don't have it figured out. But the
Yeah.
only thing I can tell you, keep going and don't
Absolutely.
give up.
Absolutely.
Find something that you like to do and work towards it and put some work towards it every day. And after a while, it's gonna add up and it's gonna
Absolutely.
make sense. So
Listen, you have dropped so many gems, even for people who's 48 years old. Like you're half my age and you already caught the concept. It takes people years of life to even get to that point. I remember as a kid them saying, find out what you like to do, things that you would do for free. That's where you should be tapping in. But most of us, we never really tapped into what we like to do because we had to go get that paycheck. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't have all those streams of income to help us stabilize, because sometimes that passion don't come with a whole bunch of money, right? You
right.
have to still have that stream of that paycheck to help stay stable. But I think what we have to also do, like you said, take some time and figure out what you like to do and put that same energy. You work from 9 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to clock in from 5 to 9. You got to put that same energy you put into building somebody else's dream in the corporate world, teaching world, whatever world you're part of, and clock in from 5 to 9 is your time to build your dream and what you were supposed to do that you like to do, and put that same energy into your dream and your passion and things like that. And that's what I'm learning, that I for years I just put time into somebody else's dream and helped them build their dream, and my dream was deferred, right? But
Mm-hmm.
now I'm learning, hey, when I clock out that corporate gig, I'm clocking into the dumping ground platform so I can build, because ultimately that's my dream to take away from the corporate world. I just need the corporate world to help fund this
Mm-hmm.
dream. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's so cool that you said that you caught that vision at a young age, so you're able to run with it. Because again, like I said, unfortunately, a lot of us and Generation X, I think we weren't taught that. Like we were taught, work a job till you retire. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? Work a job, go to school, get an education, work a job till you retire. If you retire early, thumbs up, you in the game. But you gotta work that job for about 25, 30 years. No,
No.
I'm telling
No.
you, 25,
Mm-hmm.
30 years. Get that money in your either your 401k, or get that on pension. We
Mm-hmm.
were taught that's the route to go, right? We weren't taught. I could count on my hands how many, even me growing up, how many entrepreneurs I knew. You know what I'm saying? Like personally, on like I could count on my hands how many people. I mean, we have people who have small business in the community, but like teaching you entrepreneurship and teaching you how to, develop that muscle. Nah, we ain't have that. But I appreciate you're even teaching these kids at a young age. Hey, get your education, also pursue what makes you happy, also create balance and structure, because that's what they're getting from the football piece, right? The
Mm-hmm.
principles and the structures and the strategies, all of that is going to help build their lives. See, again, we would just talk, go get an education, go get the degrees, go get them degrees, and them degrees gonna take you places, right? But I know people who got PhDs and they're looking for jobs today. You know what I'm saying? Because the market is not the way it used to be, right? And we didn't build that muscle of entrepreneurship. But everybody can't be an entrepreneur, right? Let's just keep it a
Right.
book. Because
Mm-hmm.
like we started out, entrepreneurship is not for the weak. It's just not for everybody. But it just was not taught for us to even look into that factor. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm so proud of you.
And thank you so much. And like you said, I'm so proud of you for continuing to want to pursue your dream. So many people put them on the back burner, but for you to understand and for you to recognize, for you to still want to pursue your dream, guess what? That says a lot about you.
Mhm. Yeah.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, hey, that I might not retire from being a teacher or
Mm-hmm.
being a coach, a PE coach, or a health instructor, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, while I'm doing that, I'm also going to make sure that I have balance to be able to pursue my ultimate dreams. For me
Absolutely.
to own my own trailer, which I already,
Yeah.
I already bought a food
Hey,
trailer,
you
but
you good job for sliding into that conversation. Good job, good job.
that's getting ready to start back up. A lot of upcoming updates coming up on that. But yeah, it's just for me to be able to pursue my different dreams, to own
Yeah,
my own food trailer, to be able to
yeah,
start my own training business, one
yeah.
day to eventually to be able to own my own gym,
Yes.
so I'm taking steps
Yeah.
towards, you got small goals, short
Mhm.
term goals, you
Yeah.
got long term goals. That's why I try
Yeah.
to teach my students. You
Hmm.
got to understand the balance between two. You
Yeah.
use your short term goals to build up to your long term goals. If
Yeah.
you only think in long term, if you only think in long term, you know what that tells me? You have no plan,
Yep.
no direction. Because if you actually set up a plan and you write down your dreams, you actually praying, you asking God, right? You're gonna come up with things that you need to do before you actually reach this final destination.
That's
If
good.
you just thinking about the final destination That's where a lot of people get lost.
Oh,
It makes them want to put it on the back burner. It don't be so much of they want to put it on the back burner. It's because they don't understand that this is a process.
mm-hmm.
Nothing worth having comes overnight.
Yep.
Nothing worth having is easy.
Yep.
So if you understand that, like I tell my athletes, winning is not easy. I don't know who told y'all winning a football game is easy. It's not.
Yeah.
It's 60
Yeah.
minutes of hard
Hardcore.
nose football. You have to have a mindset of being
Yeah.
able to endure
Yeah.
regardless of what happens.
Yeah.
And like I tell them, sometimes guess what? You might think the game's supposed to end and boom, overtime.
Overtime.
You gonna quit? Sometimes you feel like you supposed to already be where you supposed to be. You supposed to be already rich. You supposed to already be whatever you want to pursue. You supposed to already have it.
Yep.
But now that you realize, okay, I done went through these 4 quarters and it ain't happened yet, I'm just gonna quit.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, go to overtime.
Yeah.
And guess what? You might win in that overtime.
Absolutely.
That'd
Absolutely.
be your test. That'd be God trying to show you and test you and trying to really teach you what it's gonna take for you to ultimately do what you asking him to do for you. See, a lot of people ask stuff and don't know what all it
Requires to
takes
get it done.
to get it done. All you thinking about is getting it. You don't think
Yep.
about how you gonna keep it. You ain't gonna think about it if those days if you come around and you don't make any money. You
Mm.
don't think about those times if something happened drastically, right?
Yep.
So you got to be able to endure. God, if God gonna bless you, He got to know you're gonna take care of it. He got to know you're
Absolutely.
gonna be a good steward, and He also
Absolutely.
got to know that this is what He's giving you.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna allow that to be a platform for others to see the good in you.
Absolutely.
And I tell people that they be like, and people ask me, some of my students, because they be so amazed. They be Googling me, they be doing all this. You ought to hear, I hear from the parents all the
Oh
time, like
my
all they do is talk
God.
about Coach K, right? So I hear, and I tell them, they like, Coach, how you was always great at what you did, or why you was always so successful at whatever you did. Like even they didn't find me on TikTok with my chicken and waffle video.
Oh my
Like they
God.
find you. That's one thing about these kids. They know how to use technology better
Yes.
than better
Yes. They
than
do.
I know
They
how to
do.
use
They
technology. And
do.
I'm
They
pretty tech savvy, but compared to them, it's like they know coding already.
do.
Like they
Absolutely.
know how to hack already. I don't even
Yeah.
know what that is yet. So just being around them and hearing how inspiring it is, and for me to sit there and tell them, like I tell them, this is what I tell. I said, if you want to reach those goals that you want, you know what you gotta do? You gotta make a deal with God.
Mm.
You gotta make a deal with God, and you gotta mean it. He
Yeah.
gotta know you mean it,
Yeah. Yeah.
because when you make that deal with God, now it's God. I'm gonna use this platform to bring people closer to you.
Yeah.
Now He understands. You know what you put on this earth to do.
Right.
I can give you heaven on earth. But
Yep.
why would I give you heaven on earth and you're gonna leave majority of the people to you that I send towards you that you don't even know I'm sending towards you, you're gonna lead them astray. So why would I
Absolutely.
give you that?
Yep.
I just rather give you bare
The
minimum.
bare
At
minimum.
least I can control on how many people you're now in contact with. That's why I tell a lot of
Absolutely.
people it's not meant for everybody to be in a
Yeah.
leadership position. Do
Absolutely.
God want you to? Yes.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
some people don't learn lessons. Some
Yeah.
people don't learn boundaries. Some people don't learn what I'm trying to say, principles, and
Yeah.
understand that in this thing called life, it's a balance.
Yeah.
You gotta understand what you was on this earth to do,
Absolutely.
right? You were on this earth to tell of the goodness of God and to reproduce, right?
Absolutely.
Most people only do the first one,
Yep.
reproduce. That's it. Reproduce and then lead everybody
Yep. Yep.
astray.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then be mad at God because tell my God ain't never blessed me.
Yeah.
You here, you breathing, so he blessing you. But
Yeah.
in the way you want to be blessed, get what? How many people that you gonna cause stress to? How many
Absolutely.
people you gonna lead astray? How many people they're gonna be hard to find God because
Because of your behavior.
of your behavior and they thinking, oh, you're
This is
doing it the
how it works.
right way.
Yep.
That's the right way. That's Hollywood,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? We're not living in Hollywood, right?
Absolutely.
The
Absolutely.
same way they say these people sell their souls and the devil
Yep.
give them all this and
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
Guess what? If that's the case, guess what? I know one thing, God do the same.
Absolutely.
and you got to choose which
Which
side that you
side?
on.
Which
You know,
side?
I don't want to do nothing that sell my soul. You know, I done made
Absolutely.
mistakes in my life, and
Yeah.
the thing that brought me
That's
back to
smart.
God was me realizing that, oh my, this is like selling my soul.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I grew up
Yeah.
in the church. My mom and them, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
so that was one thing I'm blessed about. We didn't
Yeah.
have a choice like most of
Yeah.
these kids got.
Yeah.
I was in church on Wednesday night,
Yep.
Friday night,
Yep.
Saturday youth service,
Yeah.
and Sunday. On
And
top
you
of that,
bet,
I'm
and
going to
you
practice
better not go
every
to
day.
sleep in church too.
That's all. Come on, now. So that's all I know was go to practice, get
Yep.
out of practice, take a shower,
Yep.
go to
And go to
church.
church. Yep.
So it put that spirit of God inside of me. You know,
Absolutely.
that respect. I won't even just
Yeah.
say fear. Do I
Yeah.
fear God?
It's
Yes, but it's
reverence.
more
It's
respect
reverence.
thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
respect thing because I understand like this word has a lot to offer if
Absolutely.
you allow it to soak you up. But at the same time, is you gonna allow that to determine where you spend eternity?
Yeah.
You
No.
know, and that's what I be trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll never just think about that. But guess what? I'm
You don't.
realizing a lot of these kids don't.
They
It's
have
not
no
blessed
idea.
to
They
grow
have
up in
no
the church.
idea. They have
They
no
didn't grow up in the church.
idea.
They parents got most of my athletes that I train are well off. Don't get
Yes.
even the single parents, even the single
Absolutely.
mom, they're
Absolutely.
well off. But
Yeah.
one thing I see that they're missing, and the reason why a lot of them are dealing with suicidal thoughts at a young age is
Because
because, and I see why I did it, is because I had to fear God in my life.
and the foundation, you had the foundation, and
Hmm.
that foundation is what you build on. And the thing is, but one thing I like, even in the even though they may not be at church or go to church, but because they see the God in you, because God placed you there to help be the light and be the salt for them. So the only
Hmm.
church they may ever come in contact with is through you. So
Hmm.
that's why you are sowing the seeds into them, that they didn't even know that you're sowing those godly seeds into them that's going to help reproduce down the line. Somebody else is going to come water it, add light to it, and make it grow. But the
Hmm.
only church they're going to see is through you, until God touched their heart and they walk through a church building themselves, right? So that's the amazing part that I like about God, is He allowing you to be that light for these kids that have these thoughts and stuff. So when they see that you have the success, and they see that you're able to do these things even in all the pressure you're under as a black male, and all of these different things, they're seeing that God is propelling you forward. It's a testimony to them that if God can do it for him and he's
Hmm.
showing me this, then he could do it for me. So I'm grateful that he have you in those spaces that you can, so that can see the Christ in you. You know what I'm saying? So that's just that's another level of responsibility that you just been elevated to, is you being the church to them, because the church is not about a building, right?
Hmm.
Church is
100%.
not about going to a place. You the church, right?
We
You're
are the
the body,
church.
right? We're the church, right?
We the body of Christ.
Every place you go with those kids, you're bringing the Christ to them, right? Because he's in you. So you're bringing that to them. And when you're showing them strategies and plays and different things, he's flowing through them to show them and sowing the seeds into them that's going to flourish. And the cool part about it is you're going to reap the fruit of that reproduction that you just thought, I'm just being a coach, I'm just being a mentor because this is what I'm called to do. God is going to show you that you're going to reproduce from that, and you're just going to keep adding more, and he's just going to keep adding more, because you're going to be that good steward that he know he can trust you with these kids and the babies, because he love his kids, right? He love the kids. He want the kids to come to him. So if he can trust you as a soldier to go into the vineyard and to make sure these babies are taken care of, that's why your training business is successful, because he can trust you. He can trust you. So just keep allowing him to trust you, keep being a good steward, and just watch. That's just one element of your thing, right? Because you're the Christ is in you, and he's going to continue to use you if you just be the good steward that he called you to be, that you're going to do, right? Even in your weakness, he's strong. So that's
Hmm.
a no-brainer, because we human, right? you make mistakes, but even in your weakness, that's where he's come in and show up and be big God. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited.
We blessed. We are blessed.
Man, I'm trying to say, listen, so we slid into the food truck. So how did the Caine chicken and waffle food truck piece came into about? How did that idea come to mind for you?
You know what? Actually, growing up, I seen my dad selling food, having his own food trailer. I watched him build. I watched him build the food trailer, which was the food trailer that I eventually started my business with. So I watched him build that, and I seen like it always interests me. And then at first I just paying attention and like see people come in and buying the food and loving the food and bragging on the food and stuff like that. It was like I like that, and I always did like to cook. I might couldn't cook number noodles or grits, right? But I used to love to eat anyway. So I don't mind cooking. I never had a problem with cooking. I never had like that, some males be so masculine that they can't
Mhm.
cook. That was
Yeah,
never me.
yeah,
I never had that mindset. All that like I know some males is like, hey, if it ain't barbecuing, I'm not touching it,
yeah.
If it's not a grill, don't they she already know not to call me. That never has been me.
Mhm.
So seeing that growing up, and then I always thought one day one day I might own my own food trailer, because seeing my dad and seeing him successful, my dad was actually successful with the food trailer. His food business only went downhill was when he stopped. And that
Mm,
was after my auntie passed away.
yeah,
So the death of his sister, which was his baby sister,
yeah,
it took a toll on him.
yeah,
It took a
yeah,
toll on him,
yeah,
and he took so many weeks off, and it just got to the point where 1 week turned to 2 week, 3 week
yeah,
turned to three
yeah.
week, 4 weeks turned to 4 years.
That's
And
grief.
that's one thing that my dad used to always tell me of his shortcomings. He used to remind me of his shortcomings so much that he used to frustrate me sometimes. I'm like, Dad, I already know. But he always had a point on why he was telling me.
Right.
Not to say, son, don't do this and don't do that. It was more, son, when you got something going on, you got to be consistent
Mm-hmm.
because it's either you building positive consistency or you being
Mm-hmm.
consistent being negative or
Mm-hmm.
it's going in a negative direction.
Yeah.
So it's either you building consistent whether you know it or not. It's either you building being lazy consistent
Yeah. Yeah.
or you building your grinding being consistent. So it ain't no in between. It ain't
Yeah.
no stalemate.
Right. Right.
Is
Right. Right.
we just don't recognize that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So always, no matter what goes on in life, keep going.
Yeah.
Don't quit because one day you'll regret it. And
Yeah.
he tell me all the time, son, no one thing I regret was that food trailer. Or he just tell me other things, like, because he seen himself being so much farther than
Yeah.
where he were. Or when things happen in his life years later, he started thinking like, if I would have kept that going.
Yeah.
See, I never hearing that so much from my dad always wanted me to not have to be feeling like I woulda, coulda, and shoulda did
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know the feeling of hearing it from my dad
Mm-hmm.
and he's pouring it out to me. Like he's
Yeah.
not saying it trying to control me.
Right. Right.
He
Right.
never was like a controlling dad, right?
Right. Right.
He's saying it like, son, learn.
Yes.
Look at this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Learn from this.
Right. Right. He was.
Use this and learn from it. Be better than me. All
Absolutely.
right. You already got it in you. All you got to do is do it. So
Absolutely.
the reason I jump back to the chicken and waffles. I got the chicken and waffles idea when I was playing for Tennessee State when I left Columbus, Mississippi, and I went to Tennessee State and started playing Division I football. I fell in love with chicken and waffles because that was something I never had. And at my apartment, it was a chicken and waffle restaurant, literally right across the street. So it was so convenient for me. Like, okay, if I don't want to eat from the cab, I'm just gonna go right across the street and eat chicken and waffles. So I fell in love with it, and I always used to think like, okay, I'm eating the chicken and waffles, so I'm just eating literally just chicken tenders
Yep.
and a waffle with syrup. I used
Yep.
to think to myself, man, if I own that business, I have all type of waffles. I sell all type of chicken. I sell chicken wings, boneless chicken, chicken thigh. Matter of fact, you can come and get a 5-piece chicken. So I was like, if I did that, I know I'd be successful. So I fell in love with it for 3, 4 years, right? And after I left Nashville, which was during COVID, I
Mm-hmm.
had to move back home.
Yep. Yep.
When I moved back home during COVID, when I came back home, my dad had caught COVID
Mm-hmm.
and all that, right? He went through COVID and ended up losing his job
Yeah.
ultimately, right? Ended up losing his job because they did cut, they were cutting back
Leaving off, laying off people.
and they
Yep.
was laying people off, and he
Yep.
unfortunately was one of the
Yep.
ones they laid off,
Yep.
right? So now I'm coming back home, fresh out of college, just graduated. Then
Yep.
I
Yep.
didn't get to celebrate I didn't get to have no graduation.
You
I didn't
had to
get to
hit the
walk across the
ground
stage.
running all my life, grinding all my life.
I didn't get to enjoy the fruits of graduating from Tennessee State because of COVID. So I come back home now. COVID hit. My dad ain't got no job. So
Yeah.
now I'm thinking. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, what should I do?
Yeah.
Right. I gotta help dad out,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I need to do something that I know that they can't take away from him.
You're right.
Because right now, he's frustrated in life because every job he applying for, since he been laid off and he was
Right.
working for this job for so long,
Right.
ain't nobody trying to hire no 55-year-old man
Right.
when they
Right.
got 25-year-olds that's ready to work.
Right. Right.
Right?
Right.
No matter your experience.
Yep. Yep. You're right. Uh-oh, Jeremiah, your camera went off. Mm, 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 mm. We can show some of these comments. Nothing like some good chicken and waffle. We ready, coach? Thank you for sharing your knowledge and experience. All right, now I like that. We're always building good or bad. JC, I think you're yes, sir. Yes, sir, coach. Jeremy, you got some nice comment. Good evening. Hey, Dr. Tracy. Big Mike, amen. Great message. So proud of you, Coach K. Good message. Absolutely, sir. Keep going. That's right. Jeremiah, your camera must have went off. You must. That's good right there. Coach Kane, they showing out in the comments. All right, Coach Kane. I'm proud of you. Oh, does he sissy? Miss T said, he's so proud of you. Keep going. Be happy. Good evening. All right, JC. It's all good. Looks like we have some technical difficulties. It's all good. And up. Look, you back? Ah, you
I'm
back?
back.
Your computer must have died.
Now, the football team that I coached for was having a Zoom call and it kept coming through the phone. So I had to ignore that and put that on mute because he kept messing up what we had going on here. So,
That's
but
all
yeah, I'm
good.
back, y'all. Sorry about that.
Don't worry. We just went through your comments. Your comments was they were on point. They were on. All the people was just we. They showed on. It shows all your people are engaged in your conversation and they're appreciating hearing your testimony. So, you say your dad got laid off because of COVID. He got COVID. He got laid off, and so you had just graduated from Tennessee State, and you were trying to figure out. You had to come home, and you had to figure out how you were going to help the family. That's where you left off at.
So yeah, I was trying to figure out how I was gonna help my dad right
Yeah.
in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just outside thinking one day, just walking around, just not a clue in the world, and I looked at the food trailer, and I'm like, hmm, So I walked in the house. My dad at the time was in the house taking a nap, his midday nap. If you know my dad, he get up early in the morning,
Yep.
6 o'clock in the morning. About 11, 12 o'clock, when it's
That's
the hottest
shutdown mode.
outside,
It's
he
shut
gonna take
down.
a nap for about 2 hours. So around this time, it's about 11 o'clock, around this midday nap. So I'm like, I go now, I wake him up. I'm like, Dad, you know what I just thought about? Why not we open back up the food truck? He was like, son, I don't know, son. Right? Like, he gave me a
Yeah,
story
yeah,
and
yeah,
he didn't
yeah,
told me, right? So I'm just like, okay. But it stayed on my mind. I'm like, I
yeah,
listened to him,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
said what he had to say, and he was
Right.
like, hey, you know, I'm gonna try to find me a job. Cause
Yeah,
he at this time, he's letting the guilt of him letting it go
yeah.
so
Too
many
soon.
years
Yeah, and trying to come back.
determine his future,
Yeah, right.
determine the present, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So I go outside. I just start cleaning it up. So I'm like, let me see what's all in here. I start cleaning it up. I'm like, Dad, you got all type of equipment in here. Like that, you got brand new sinks, brand new water heater, brand new everything. So I'm just like, Dad, why is we letting brand new stuff get dusty and we not using it? And when right now, the only thing that we probably can make some money with is this.
Right, right.
So he was still, son this, son that, right? So I
Yep.
said, you know what? I'm finna try those chicken and waffle.
Yeah,
'Cause I
yeah,
said
yeah.
there is no chicken and waffle. So I started thinking. I didn't just come up with chicken and waffles at first. I
Right,
sat down
right.
and I started thinking about all the food Columbus had.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
then I started comparing the food that my city had
Yeah,
compared to where I was just at.
yeah.
And I was like, okay, what Columbus has that Nashville don't have,
Right.
right? Then I thought about what do Nashville have
That
that Columbus
Columbus
don't.
don't have.
Right? That's
Mm-hmm.
when it clicked. At first, I was just thinking about Nashville. So I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, they don't sell real tips up there and stuff like that. But I'm like, I'm not going back to Nashville. So I started thinking about what Nashville has, but Columbus don't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was like, chicken and waffles. I was like, nobody in Columbus, Mississippi, even probably never even heard of chicken and waffles, right? So I'm like, man, that's it. And I was like, I'm gonna do it like how I said I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have the chicken, I'm gonna have to decorate the waffle, I'm gonna do all type of specialty waffles. So I tell my daddy, he was like, son,
Do
he
it.
couldn't really get me. He just was like, all right, right. He was at this point, he was like, look, you gonna do it
It
anyway.
look
So
like at
just
this
do it.
point you gonna do it anyhow.
You
So
gonna
no
do it
matter
anyway.
what
I done
I
told
say.
you two different times, look, this is why, this is why, this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
why,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But he realized, look, I was very persistent.
Persistent. Yep.
So now I'm like, okay, let me see. So I make a flyer
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. Man, I'm making a flyer. Don't even know how to cook chicken yet now. So the first thing I started doing, my dad was like, all right. I'm like, okay, let me make me a flyer. First thing I'm gonna start doing, I should have started doing was, I'm
Learn
like, boy, you
how to
don't even know how
cook
to cook no
chicken.
chicken. Boy, you don't know how to cook no waffle. What you talking about cooking chicken and waffles? But I was like, it can't be that hard. So I didn't made the flyer. Then I thought about it. I'm like, bro, I don't even know how to do nothing that I'm saying on this flyer. So I done got the research and I'm using everything I learned into school, right? So now I'm like, okay, let me Google best recipes for chicken. Let me Google best recipes for waffle. Let me watch 10 YouTube videos, 15 YouTube videos. Let me do my research. Let me go on TikTok, right? So then I started thinking, right? I was like, okay, I'm realizing most of these videos all have a lot in common.
Mm-hmm.
They all have a lot of coming, right? And then, but everybody has that one secret ingredient that they're not gonna tell you.
Gonna
They're gonna tell
share.
you garlic
Yeah,
powder.
yeah, yeah,
They'll
yeah.
tell you some onion
Yeah,
powder.
yeah,
They'll
yeah.
tell
Cause
you
that
paprika.
basement.
But everybody got that one ingredient. They're like, yeah, this is a little secret ingredient, right? So I was like, I gotta come up with a secret ingredient. Now I know how to cook the basics of cooking chicken,
Yeah.
how long to
Right,
cook it.
right,
Make
right,
sure
right,
your grease is at 350
right,
degrees.
right,
Make sure
right,
your
right.
chicken reaches a certain temperature. I started learning all that, right? Just by
Yeah,
doing my research. Now I'm like, okay, let me get with my mama.
yeah.
So I called my mom. I say,
That's
Mom,
it.
she coming home from work at the time. Like, Mom, I need you to help me learn how to cook this chicken, and we need to come up with a special seasoning that that will set us apart. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching all these videos, but I'm
Yeah.
also learning and taking things and taking notes. Like, okay, all of them got a special ingredient that
Yeah.
they don't want to tell you about for a
Absolutely.
reason, because
Absolutely.
that probably what makes them different,
Absolutely.
right? That sets them apart from competition. So
Absolutely.
now my mom get home. She like, "Hey, Caine, you ready to cook this chicken?"
Uh-oh. I think your Zoom people trying to reach you again. Doop.
Okay, sorry about
Uh-oh.
that.
That's your Zoom people?
So they just keep calling, like, "Coach, I'm in a meeting right now. I want to talk to you." So, um, me and my mom pulled up. She was always willing to help. My mom didn't mind
Yes.
helping.
Yes, she
She was a
is.
big part of the reason
Yes, she
why he was
did.
successful in the
Absolutely.
back. Because
Absolutely.
at home she helped me season the chicken. She helped me do a lot. So she
Absolutely.
did a lot
She did.
backstage.
Yes,
She was
she did.
also front stage too. Don't get it wrong. She'd
No,
go out
no.
there and take orders
Oh, she
and help
was.
me. We was doing all type of stuff. We
Double
was doing
duty.
events,
Yep.
churches,
Yep.
clubs. We was doing everything. So
Yep.
the business took off. But before we jump to that, let's rewind it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now, me and my mom, we in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And we just coming up with our own seasoning. And her friend Miss Joyce came over.
Yes, Miss Joy.
So Miss Joyce, she just like a mom, just like a
Yes.
mother
Yes,
figure to me.
yes.
Very knew her since I was growing up. Know her family, know her mom. So we all in the kitchen coming up with different concoctions, as we would
Yes.
say.
Yes.
Right? We trying to come up with, let's mix a little this, let's
Yes.
mix a little
Yes.
this. At this point, we got 20 different seasonings that we mixing together. Right?
Y'all like that trapping on the season.
Auntie, when I say we was in the experiment, it took a lot of trial and error. One of them was like, "Oh, this too salty. Oh no, this right here, this tastes just like pepper. This right here, oh no, nobody, they gonna run somebody's blood pressure up." Like, so it took us a lot of trial and error, and we wasted a lot of seasoning
Yeah, I'm sure you
trying
did.
to get it. And then boom,
We found the
we end
magic.
up finding the right concoction, and we
Yes,
both
sir.
tasted it. We said, "That's the one.
That's the magic.
That's it right there." That we all looked at each other. I was the most excited, but everybody looked at each other. I
That's
said,
the
"Mark, that's the
magic.
one."
That's the
She said, "Boy,
magic.
you ain't lying." That's how she be when
That's
she
your
happy.
mama.
She
That's it.
excited.
She
She
get
like, "Boy,
piped
you ain't lying. This right here, this the one." So now I'm like, okay, boom, we got this. So I'm like, okay, let's cook it now.
Yeah.
Imagine this now. We not even trying chicken. We just trying to season it
Okay.
without it on the chicken, right?
Okay.
Because we wanted to make sure the seasoning
Yeah.
was the brand.
Absolutely.
Like I was telling, I didn't just want plain chicken and
Right.
waffles.
Right. Right.
Anybody can go home and cook chicken and waffles. Anybody can
Right.
go home and buy frozen chicken and
And
buy
throw
some
it
frozen
together.
Eggo waffles. Or
Absolutely.
anybody can go make their own batter with some
Yeah.
Aunt Gemma. But
Yeah.
I want mine to be like, when I come to
Yeah.
Caine Chicken and Waffles, when
Yeah.
I go home, I can't make what he make.
Duplicate. It can't
I
be
can't
duplicated.
duplicate. I don't know what he got in that chicken. I
Yeah.
don't know what
Yeah.
he put in that waffle.
Right. Right.
But I'm
Right. Right.
trying to figure out what is it.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
boom. So we end up trying it with the chicken. Ooh, like, oh my. I said, we both looked at each other. I said, Mom, this the one. Mind you, I had an event. Let me tell you how I used to do things. Like sometimes I get a little over myself. I do things that really don't make sense to the normal person. But I always, like I say, I believe in faith, right? But sometimes it gets you in trouble. Mind you, the next day I had an event, my first event.
What?
And
And
I
you
just
didn't
learned
even
how to
have.
cook the
You
chicken.
didn't even know how to cook chicken.
I ain't know how to cook the chicken.
Oh
The event was
Jesus.
the next day, Aunt Keisha.
Oh
The next day.
God. What? Now that just way too out the
That's what
box.
I'm just telling you. Sometimes, and you gotta realize, my mom and dad, they both in my ears. They telling me right, but at the same time, I'm like, Mom, look, all I gotta do is be disciplined, be consistent. It's gonna work. All we gotta do is work. I'm watching all these videos. I can use a recipe. That's what I'm saying. But I was like, it ain't gonna make no difference. I need something different. So we did that, and we went to the event the next day, and that's when it all started. We
Man.
went to the event the next day. When I say me, my mom, and my fiance Denier went there, and we blew those people out the water with the taste of our chicken. I was so excited that I almost wanted to tell everybody, you ain't even got to pay for this. This is free. I was so excited that they was like, did you try that chicken? girl, you gotta go over there and try that chicken. I watched so many people do that, and then it almost came uncomfortable because now they like, what you got in that chicken? What you put in that chicken? Oh, you ain't gonna tell me? You ain't. Now they get like they forcing me, and I'm like, no, man. We already talked about this last night.
We're not
We
doing that.
cannot get this recipe away.
Yes,
Cause we get this
yes,
recipe away,
yes. That is the
man.
brand. That is the brand. That
That's
is
the
the brand.
brand.
We're not giving away the brand. You ain't gonna go ask Chick-fil-A what they use. You're not gonna go ask KFC what they use. How dare you? You
Yep.
just support or not.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. Why would you be asking people what's in here? You know, when have you ever seen somebody walk up Chick-fil-A and be like, "What's in your food?"
They ain't even
It's
gonna tell you because get what it already come.
it's
The
proper.
season already mixed together. All you gotta do is just squirt a
It's
little bit on the
preparatory. We're
chicken.
not going to tell you that. That's our trademark. You stupid. Do you want it or not? That's just do you want it or not? That's where we're at.
So all I was saying in my head then, I was like, oh, I done struck gold. You know,
You
you get that feeling, that gut feeling like, oh Lord, this is the one. So now I'm like, okay. Only thing I planned was this event because I seen the event coming up. I'm like, I'm finna go and do it. I'm gonna step out there because I feel like when I give myself something to do, now I'm like, okay, I'm in a rush. Let me do this. Let me do that. It make me have a sense of urgency, right?
yeah.
My mom and my dad was fussing at me like, boy, that ain't how you do business. That ain't how you start no river. That ain't how you do this. That ain't how you do that. But yes, to an extent, they're
Yeah.
right.
Right.
But what that showed me was you can do anything
Right.
long as you put your mind to it. And when I went there,
Yes.
that was the best thing that I ever did. Because
Man.
after that, when I say my business took off, like it got to the point where I was missing. Because I won't think about this too. When I started off, it was just really me most of the time,
Right.
other than my
Right.
mom. My
Right. Right.
dad was still working, doing side
Yes.
jobs on
Yeah.
cars
Right.
and stuff, so we can keep two
Yeah.
incomes coming in,
Yeah.
so we can make sure
Absolutely.
everything good. I used to miss more orders than I was making. Like I have 20 people in the yard standing outside, but I got 20 people calling me that's trying to place an order. I couldn't even answer my phone. So some people used to get mad. They're like, "What? You don't never answer the phone, do it." I'm like, I can't even take your order because I got 20 people in line right here. It was an overflow. So now I had to start. Now I had to step into a management role. Now let me start hiring people. Let
Now
me
I
do
got
this.
to
Let
hire
me do
somebody.
that. So now like, I gotta get some help. I gotta get me some help. Now it didn't get because I'm realizing all I see on social media now. Oh, Caine Chicken and Walk. Boy, you better go over there and get that. It had me feeling so good because I'm like, man, this is something that I actually created. This
Yeah.
is something that I actually envisioned, wrote it down, and it actually came to pass.
Yeah.
Like it blew my mind to the point where I'm like, man, and I had to use that same mindset for the
Mm-hmm.
training system.
Yep.
But before we get into that, I'll jump back here because I
Yeah.
jump
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That the business took off. Me and my mom, we donated to the
Food.
Boys and Girls
Yep.
Club, gave
Yep.
them Christmas gifts, gave all the kids Christmas gifts and teddy bears, and went
Yeah.
there and cooked chicken and waffles. Just giving back to the community.
Yes.
That's when it went from already I can't even keep up to
Can't keep up
what I
with
got. Like I can't even
now.
keep up with the orders I
Rocket
got.
ship.
So now it's like it's through the roof now. It's like, man, everybody knows. Now it's like literally I didn't take a day off. I worked
Oh,
every day.
you sure did.
I worked every day, no
I
off day.
remember.
My parents used to call me. Well, you need to take all day. My aunties, everybody be like, look, you gotta take at least one rest day. You've been
Yeah.
doing this for 3 months, 4 months straight.
Yes.
I couldn't do it because even if I did take an off day, my phone was still gonna get called 100
Yes.
times.
Yep.
So I might as well. I ain't
We go
rich.
up here and make this chicken
My
and
mindset
waffle.
was, we ain't rich. So what is I'm acting like I got a reason to take a day off? So grinding always been, and I took this. That's the same mentality I got in football. What is
Yeah.
I'm taking a day off for? Like I done made it.
Yeah.
And now we used to go back and forth like, you better take a day off. You're gonna get
Yes.
mentally drained. You're gonna do this.
Yes.
I said, look, we ain't rich. We ain't rich. So what I'm taking a day off for? Now I grew up a little bit more.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
understand. Look,
Yeah.
it's essential to take a
Yes.
rest day.
Right. Right.
Right.
Right.
But then I was just in grind mode. Cause nobody,
Yes.
I ain't gonna
Yes.
say you couldn't tell me nothing. But at that
Right.
time, I'm like, look. This money flowing, I'm finna flow with it. Like I'm catching the drift. Y'all can sit around here and watch the drift. You better come get on
Yes.
this wave with me.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
now I'm doing events. I'm at churches. We going to schools.
I remember.
We traveling. Like I'm getting booked for private dinners in Alabama. I'm like, God.
Yep.
But at the same time, I was doing that for my dad.
Yeah.
So now my time has come up to leave Columbus for a
Right.
certain amount of time, which
Right.
I was still playing football. I was getting ready
Yep.
to move to San Diego, if you
Yep.
remember,
Yep.
playing football in San Diego. So now I'm telling Dad, I worked all the way up to the day before I flew out.
Yes. I
I said, hey,
remember.
Dad, when I leave here, I already got 2 people working. You ain't got to do nothing but come and collect the money at the end of the night. That's all I need you to do. To come collect the money in the night. Everything else, I have already trained them. They know everything. They know how to do this. We already got the number. I done changed the number, switched the number to that, like got business phones and stuff like that. I said, all you gotta do, Dad, is maintain it. You ain't gotta clean up, you ain't gotta do nothing, just come pick up the money. I left and went to San Diego. And ever since then,
It's been quiet.
it's been quiet. It's been quiet. Cause my dad ended up finding a job and, you
Yep.
know, he
Can you?
actually had to he decided not to continue the business,
Right.
honestly,
Right.
and
I understand.
it hurted me at first,
Absolutely.
but I understand. He was like, look, son, I gotta do this come with benefits, this do this, I gotta do this job. And I'm like, Dad, you can do that and pick up the money. I'm not asking you to do much, right?
Right.
But it's all good, you know. I had to put it on pause.
Yeah.
Right. I put it on pause and went, played ball, had a great time. Went to San Diego. That season ended, and I moved to Atlanta. See, my
Absolutely.
goal was honestly, after I left California, for those months I was playing football, I my goal was to come back home and just start back with the chicken and waffles, just start it back up. But if you remember, Auntie, because you can't pick me up from the airport, I got dropped off. I mean, I caught the flight to Atlanta from
Mm-hmm.
from California.
Yep.
When I caught the flight from Atlanta, California, for some reason, I never went back to Mississippi.
You ain't been back,
I
Jack.
ain't been back. And that was supposed to be the ultimate plan. So I come home and I'm in Atlanta and I'm talking to my dad. I'm like, Dad, I'm just gonna come back and start them chicken and waffle. He said, son, no, you're not. No, you're not, son. I'm like, what you mean, Dad? You think how much money we would make? Like now I'm getting frustrated because I'm
Yeah.
already feeling some type of way. But now it all makes sense.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
But back then I'm like, all that money,
Yeah.
what is I'm finna do up here? And like,
Yeah.
he's like, no, you need to stay in Atlanta,
Yeah.
go get you a job, then work on your food trade.
Yeah.
Cause now you becoming a man. It's
Mm-hmm.
time for you need a job to make sure that everything will always be good, right?
Yeah.
So that's what
Yep.
he telling me. So I'm still, me and him, I'm still kind of like, nah, that I still, how many people text me every day, ask me when I'm coming back.
Yes.
He was
Yeah.
like, look, you're not coming here selling no chicken and water. I don't want you in Mississippi. That's
Yeah.
just how it was.
Yeah.
I didn't want you in Mississippi, son. I want you in Mississippi. You can do that up there and you can scale it way more. Get
Yep.
yourself established in the community and it'll take off. Right?
Yep.
So now I'm like, man, now I'm kind of salty because I'm like, man, food trade. So now I'm in a little funk.
Yep.
And that's when it came around.
Yep.
And
And that's
I
when
remember
yep.
y'all asked me, I was at your house at the time.
Yep.
And you asked me to put an application for my mom, right?
Yep. I was putting the application for
And she
you
had an
like.
interview, a job interview to be
Yep.
a PE coach in Atlanta
Yep.
at New Life Academy of
Yep.
Excellence. I love
Yep.
that school, right?
Yes. Yes.
And my mom like, so she took the interview.
Yeah.
Knowing she wasn't finna move from Mississippi. I don't know what
Not
she
at,
got going.
not at
She
that
knew she wasn't
time,
finna move to
Jeremiah.
Mississippi at
Not
the
at
time.
that time.
So she took the interview, right? The whole time she took the interview to say, hey, I got a son. And
Yep.
he He graduated from Tennessee State. He got a master's
Master's
degree.
degree.
So Mr. Ford at the time talking to her, thinking like, this is a potential person to hire. She didn't like, I got a son. He's in Atlanta. I'm in Mississippi, but you need to hire him. He's overly qualified.
I got a son. He already there.
He already there. So now, yeah, she didn't book me an interview with him without me even consulting
We had no
about,
idea.
do I even want to do this? Because at this
Absolutely.
time, none of this is nowhere near my mind.
Absolutely.
So now she gonna call me back like, yeah, look, Friday you need to go and meet Mr. Ford at New Life Academy. He's the owner of this school, and you're gonna be a PE coach. I'm like, huh? Hold on, run that back one more time. He said, what? You got an interview on Friday. Make sure you look presentable. Make sure you don't go in there with no basketball shorts on, like you getting ready for a football game. Go in there looking presentable. So now she fussing at me. So I'm like, Mom,
I remember that day.
I said I want to be a teacher. I don't even know how to work with kids. I ain't never worked with kids a day in my life.
I remember you saying that.
I'm like, Mom, I ain't never even had a younger sibling to even take care of or babysit. Now you telling me to go work with elementary kids in middle schools? How this gonna work? She like, boy, you be all right. So now I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take it. So I go to the interview, and it was just something about Mr. Ford though.
Yeah.
At this time, he don't know. I'm interviewing him. He interviewing me.
We interviewed each other.
We interviewing each other because in my head, I'm like, man, I don't know about this, man. I guess something else I could do, right? So I'm sitting there talking to Mr. Ford, and it was just his demeanor and his personality and his spirit.
Yeah.
Like I could tell now that I know more about him that he's a God-fearing man.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I didn't know him at the time, but I'm like, man, it's something
Something
about
different
him.
about
And
him.
then he was also an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And he was also a black man that owns his own school.
Yeah, yeah.
And the only charter school in Gwinnett County.
Yes.
He got a testimony of his own.
Absolutely.
Every other charter school gets shut down in 2 years, and he just went on his 20th year.
Yeah.
The only charter school.
Absolutely.
Out of the biggest county in Georgia.
Yep. Absolutely.
So just to hear those accomplishments, I like that. Yeah. And you gotta realize, when I went there, my resume ain't nothing but football, chicken and waffles. I ain't had no resume about no teaching.
Right, we had to finesse that to make it look like something.
It wasn't nothing but football. I played football. I'm an MVP, played Legacy Bowl, won championships, and I own a business called Caine Training System.
Chicken and waffle. Boy, that was hilarious.
So I know he was looking at that like, okay.
What in the world?
But he ended up acknowledging that, and I loved it. He was like, okay, I see that you own your own business, Caine Chicken and Waffles. Yeah. You know, that's a great idea, man. That'll actually, you know, that'll be very successful here. Right. You know, and you know, let me know if you ever need help with anything, or you know what resources that I can be. You know, I was just like, man, hold on now. Now, okay. So I'm like, okay. So at least because I always thought that when you get a job, I ain't never had a job before this time.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, when you get a job, most bosses or what you'll call people that's in leadership want you to not pursue like other things. They just want you to focus on that so you won't lose focus and make sure you're doing your job correctly and efficiently, right?
Yeah, right.
So when I had that conversation with him, my whole mindset changed on that. That's why I was already coming in there like, hey, I'm just doing this so my mom can get off my back. Right? So she already on my back about going, right? But to hear him talk, and he was just like, yeah, you know, and he was like, yeah, you'll be the PE coach and the health coach here. You know, I'm like, okay, PE and health, I could do PE. I like PE, right? I always love PE. Let's get this thing a try. So me and him talk, and it was really not even giving PE a try. It was put myself in an uncomfortable situation because I was uncomfortable. A try. Yep. Let's do something different, Caine. Maybe it's time for you to step outside your comfort zone. Sometimes you get so used to being in your comfort zone. Yeah. You get
stagnant.
Too stagnant, right? You get too comfortable, right? And that's what I didn't want to be. Yeah. So I was like, okay, let's give it a try. Best thing I ever did in my life.
Best thing you have ever done.
I love everything about New Life. I told Mr. Ford, look, I ain't going to work for no other school. I don't care. Now I coach football somewhere else if I got to. I'm
Yes.
gonna be here. I said I'm retiring from here. I ain't going nowhere. I'll be here for the next 20 years. You might as well go ahead and let everybody know Coach Caine ain't going nowhere. Because when I got in there, when I say a welcoming spirit,
Yes.
everybody in there is just, like
Yeah.
a family. Like most
Absolutely.
workplaces, you think everybody uptight, don't
Yeah.
nobody
Yeah.
like each
Yeah.
other, everybody
Right.
talk about each other.
Right.
That's not the case.
Right.
So I'm like, I like this. But
Yeah.
I always heard bad things. So
Yeah.
now it's changing my perception on
Yeah.
how I thought things was,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Which
Right.
those things are
I'm
things that
sure.
happen in
Yeah.
certain jobs, but it
Absolutely.
wasn't the hand that I was there,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
So I started to fall in love with the staff, it was a bunch of, I sit here, I had to name all of them because I can't name
Absolutely.
one and not name the other,
Absolutely.
but I
So that's
love the
we ain't gonna
staff.
need to name all of them. So we know who you are. Most of them are online right now saying, "Go, Coach K! Yeah, Coach K! Good job, man! You did a great job. I love your story. You're so inspiring."
I already know it. They so supportive too.
They are
Very
so
supportive.
supportive.
Me, I still play football. They be wanting to come and see me
Yes.
play. Be like,
Yes.
Coach, you still play? Yeah, I love the game. So
Absolutely.
I just love being in that atmosphere
Yeah.
and being around those people. And I end up used to love it so much. My mom used to be like, boy, you talk about that school all day. That's all you do is talk about that school. What's so good about that school? You was just talking about you didn't like kids. You was
Yeah,
just talking
you
about you
like
don't like
kids, not
being in those schools environment and stuff. I'm tired of school. That's what you was
oof,
telling me. And
oof.
now all you do is talk about this school. She was like, it must be something else. So then I was
Absolutely.
like, Mom, I'm telling you, Mom, you would love this school. It's
Yep.
not like, you
Yeah.
know,
Any
other
other
schools,
school.
right? It's not like other schools. It's
Absolutely.
different. It's the
Absolutely.
energy is different. The people
Absolutely.
is different.
But it's the
There,
foundation,
we're like one big old happy family.
but
Do we?
it's the foundation, right? Mr. Ford, he
It,
had to lay a foundation, and his foundation is Christ, and his is excellence, right? His
yep.
mantra is excellence, right? So he bring excellence alongside him to help build the dream with the kids to implant excellence in it. So that's why you're there. Like I said, it's your level from level, you're growing from growing. You're there to continue to show seeds into these kids to create excellence, man. So it's going to outlive you. I remember teachers growing up that put those seeds and inspiring Mr. Taylor and all those different people. You would never forget an amazing educator who poured seeds into you. And that's what you and your mom is doing. And all the amazing teachers at New Life Academy. So shout out to all of you guys. But Caine, you're gonna have to come back to part two because baby, you have pushed our podcast over an hour. It's been so great. The conversation has been extreme. So we're gonna have to do a part two and you coming back and talk about because I know it's more things that you're doing. You're about to be married, you're about to be having a new life. And so of course you got to come back on the platform and just can share your next journey, your next step with us. But I'm so proud of you. When I say I'm super duper uber proud of you, man, just keep pushing, keep going. You got this. You got this. You got a support. You got a community around you pushing you for up the battle. Just keep fighting, brother. Show up for the battle every day. You keep doing that, ain't nothing gonna stop you, brother. Nothing gonna stop you. And we're proud of you beyond measures. And again, you're gonna have to come back because whoo, I'm gonna have to chop this joint up. Chop, 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 chop. All right, my love. I love you so much.
All
It's
right.
so
Thank you for having
fun.
me. Y'all have a good one now.
Yes, it's
All
been
right.
so good. And make sure you roll back through and see the comments. People have really enjoyed your story. Like you really are inspiring, Jeremiah. You really have inspired a lot of people tonight. And we're thankful that you shared your testimony on the dumping ground, man. Miss Holmes, get me home right
Miss Holmes.
there. So we're so grateful for you, Ariel, your sister, someone named Mike. Big Mike is on here. I saw your friend, Dr. Tracy. Ooh, you got a lot of things going on, brother. So people are truly inspired by you. So just keep pushing. That's all we can say. And again, we'll get you back on part two, because baby, you out here all my life, grinding all my life. Hustle price.
Hustle pay the price. You hustle and you pay that price now.
Yes. Until the next time, my love. Take
All
care.
right. Bye-bye.